Alright, this time around I'm making a holster for a 1911. It's Springfield 1911. It's for a 4-inch gun, but the blue gun itself is a 5-inch, but that's okay. It's going to be an open bottom holster, which means I can stick it out of the bottom a little bit. If it was going to be a closed bottom holster, I'd take it out to my garage, take it to my bandsaw, and whack off the bottom of it. Now, I like to make my holsters like on this one here. Look, this one here. So the barrel sits up inside a little bit. So the muzzle of the gun has a lot of protection. But it still makes for a nice looking holster. It doesn't look odd or anything. You know, like it's too long for the gun. Like, take this. But it does protect the muzzle. So I was going to do a video on making the holster, but honestly, I started rolling and I put pencil to paper and I really didn't think of setting up the camera. It's like, oh yeah, some of this, and I'll make this curve and that curve, but it came out really nice. See if I can hold this up. It's going to be, oh shucks. You know, it might do better if I leave this here and move the camera. So hold on, and I'll go ahead and move the camera around and show it to you. Like I was saying, it's going to be a Western style holster, and it's going to have this strap across here, and on the strap is going to sit a concho. It's going to have the pattern, the basket weave stamp on it, like this one, and it's an apron style, so it's going to come out to be really pretty. This is kind of a departure from my usual holster, and I'm really excited to get this one done and see what it looks like. Well, I know how it's going to look. It's going to look really, really nice. So let me move the camera back, and we'll get to blithering about this pattern a little bit more. Alright, like I said, the pattern is just made out of construction paper. This is actually like my first draft. I didn't like the way it looked, so I redid it. That's the thing. Don't be afraid to redo it. Start all over again, because if you try to make something work that doesn't look right in the first place, and it just instead of trying to make it work, just redo it and do it right. I got cats all over the place in here. But like I was saying, this is basically the pattern. And I started out with actually 2 blank sheets of paper taped together. Put my gun down on it. And I did the same thing I always do with all my other patterns. I just kind of figure about where the center is, how thick my leather is going to be, and how much clearance I have to give around that. And that's done on both sides. And basically I kind of eyeball it from there. You can measure it, like measure the width here, then figure out how thick the leather is going to be and add that amount to it and all that. But I've never done it that way. I always kind of eyeball it. And well, so far that's been working for me. But this is the first part of it. So as soon as the pattern is approved, I'm going to send out a picture of it. And after the pattern's approved, then I can go ahead and start cutting leather. And we'll see you back then.